Well, the Foo Fighters have a new song out. I gotta say I'm a little disappointed. Now look, this is just a quick video, okay? I'm not gonna do a crazy intro. I'm not gonna, do whatever. It's just that the song just came out. I feel the need to talk about it. So a few weeks ago, or I guess a month ago at this point, we got Shame Shame, right? Shame Shame, that the biggest thing about that was to get Shame Shame stuck in your head. I think it's a fine... Actually, you know what? I don't like the song. I don't like Shame Shame. I'm sorry. It's too repetitive. I don't understand the lyrics. There's just a lot of... It's just so off-brand, I guess, from Foo Fighters. It just feels wrong in a lot of ways. I don't know. Like, anyone who knows me knows I love the Foo Fighters, but Shame Shame just kind of felt like, boring. And even as a musician, I'm like, this wouldn't even be fun to play. You know what I mean? So I wonder exactly what does this mean to the Foo Fighters? Why would they put out a song like Shame Shame? And then they follow it up, this new song, which is No Son of Mine, which also kind of follows suit with Shame Shame. It just repeats the same lyrics, the same words that are found within the title of the song. It just keeps repeating them over and over and over throughout the song. I don't really understand what the song is trying to say. As a drummer, I think about how unfun the song would be to play. I don't know. It just kind of feels in a way like they're just trying to put out a record just to put it out, I think Dave Grohl said something along the lines of like they haven't done their Let's Dance record yet type thing, like David Bowie. And don't get me wrong, like Concrete and Gold was fine for me, but at the end of the day, it just kind of felt like all of the different influences that all the different bandmates wore on their sleeves, they were getting to kind of channel those influences and like kind of emulate them on Concrete and Gold is kind of what it felt like. Zeppelin, Beatles, Sabbath. And, I've come to terms with the fact that I just wasn't incredibly amazed at that album, but I do think there are good songs on it. But at this point in time, these two songs... I've been really excited for a new Foo Fighters record for a long time because Concrete and Gold, aside from the few songs that I really liked on it, I haven't listened to that record very much since 2017. I've spun it a few times. I'm just waiting for, the follow-up to, like, Wasting Light to come out. Like, I'm ready for that energy to be brought back to where the Foo Fighters, like, actually feel like a fun band to listen to again. Because I'll tell you what, I've been going through some of their older stuff, and, some of it's been hit and miss, but the good stuff is just really good. And I guess it boils down to if you don't want to make an album for the masses anymore, you want to make it for you, that's fine. But I think you should be ready to be criticized whenever you put out stuff that is just so in a different direction. No Son of Mine honestly feels like what Pearl Jam tried to do in 2013 whenever they put out their record that year, which wasn't a bad record. Obviously, there's good songs on that too, but we make the joke about Foo Fighters being dad rock. These two songs are like the epitome of dad rock in so many ways. They just feel uninnovative, repetitive, boring, and just not fun to listen to. Nothing about what I've heard on these two songs makes me want to think, I'd like to go back and listen to those two songs over and over and like get hyped for the album. No, it's not there. And, I'm speaking very passionately right now. I'm not trying to be mean, but the Foo Fighters are my favorite band of all time. Like, I love the Foo Fighters. But this music is just not appealing to me. You know what I mean? It's just not speaking to me. It's not striking anything that it's not scratching the itch that I have for more Foo Fighters music if it's kind of repelling me away from the Foo Fighters. That being said, though, I still am optimistic to hear the rest of this album. I'm excited to see what they do in the future. Obviously, I'm always going to listen to Foo Fighters music, but I'm worried that this is just going to be another album that I'm just not going to put on to listen to every once in a while. I'm worried that there's going to be another album from the Foo Fighters that I don't want to buy on vinyl. I'm worried that it's going to be a repeat of One by One, Sonic Highways, and Concrete and Gold. I'm just worried that it's going to end up being a meh record. And I don't want that. I want it to be a record I'm super duper excited for that I want to spin 10,000 times, and these two songs have done nothing for me so far yet. So there's that. But if the Foo Fighters are ever watching this, I love you. I will always love you. If you're making this for you, good on you. I'm happy for you if you're making it for you and you don't care about what we think. Because realistically, if we pay tickets to go to a show in 2021, there's a good chance you might not even play most of the songs that are on this album. You probably just play all the hits, which is fine, obviously. But anyways, thanks for watching. Check this out. Hey there! So, you have stumbled onto one of the many projects that we have over at Wannabe Critic Productions. This just happens to be the music project. I review music and I have ideas to do other things music related on the YouTube channel and the podcast. I just have to say thank you so much for checking it out. I really, really appreciate it. But if you want to check out more stuff that we have going on over on our, various projects, I encourage you to go check out some of the projects in the description down below, whether it be our YouTube channel where we post podcasts, there's going to be Let's Plays, there's reviews, there's interviews, there's all kinds of things over there. But we've kind of morphed it to be a kind of catch-all for all the different things that we do other than music. So I encourage you to go check that out. That being said, though, thank you so much for listening today or watching today. I really appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're listening on podcast services, make sure you leave us a review. I would really appreciate it, and it would help, keep me relevant. So thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for preparing yourselves for a plethora of hot takes and potentially unpopular opinions. I am Gabriel Fast. I will always be the wannabe critic.